Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Chris here. I just want to do a couple of quick video touching on something that's going on in the wrestling. A couple things in the wrestling world that have been going on. Obviously, the retirement of Vince McMahon is like the biggest story in wrestling. The second biggest story is apparently Jonathan Gresham, which is kind of funny because he's like short. That he's the second biggest story in wrestling right now because of Ring of Honor, or the Ring of Honor relaunch, or whatever you want to call it, last night. Just to touch on Vince McMahon real quick for a second. A lot of people have been expressing their thanks towards Vince for what he's done for the wrestling business, and I'm one of those people. I grew up watching WWE programming. I've always kind of been a WWE person more than like a WCW slash NWA person and stuff like that. One of the first wrestling shows I ever went to was a wrestling show at the Baltimore Arena when it was the Civic Center when I was a kid. It was a WWF show. I saw Hulk Hogan for the first time, but I also saw Randy Savage at that show. So I got to see Randy Savage, and I became a fan of that guy just because of everything he had, the look and everything. Like the elbow drop off the top rope, he was just doing like crazy shit. He was just manic in the ring. I loved it. And he was my guy. He always has been my guy. I've always been a Macho Man fan. Macho Man, Warrior, Hogan, all these guys, all the way through to Stone Cold, The Rock, Mick Foley, Triple H, The Undertaker, all the way through like Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero and all those guys, all the way to now with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar. I'm still a fan, and all of that's because of what Vince McMahon was putting out and has done in the wrestling business. For all the bad you can say about him, and you can certainly say a lot of bad things about him, especially right now, and there's a lot that you can say. And I'm not going to get into all that because it's not about that right now. This man is an icon in the wrestling business. He is an influential part of the wrestling business. Without it, you wouldn't have a lot of what you have today. Sports entertainment would not be a thing, and wrestling might not be what it is today without Vince. As far as like it being on a national platform like it is. So, in that regard, Vince, Mr. McMahon, if you ever see this, you probably won't, but thank you for that. And that's all I've got to say on that issue. And now to the main event. The whole Jonathan Gresham situation. Apparently, he asked for his release from ROH / AEW after the show last night, getting to a cussing out Tony Khan. Look, I'm going to say this, and it's going to hurt a lot of people. People are going to get up in their feelings about it. I don't give a fuck. The man's literally 3 inches taller than my mom, okay? My mom is 5 feet tall. He's 5'3". As good of a wrestler Jonathan Gresham is, and let me say this for the record, as a wrestler, Jonathan Gresham is fucking fantastic in the ring. As a wrestler in the ring, he is one of the best in the world right now. Point blank, period. But he's also incredibly short and has the personality of spore mold, okay? He's literally the definition of a vanilla midget if you go look it up. He's that guy. Great worker, can't talk to save his fucking life, has no personality that you can get behind, and he's literally a midget in the wrestling business. Okay? He's 5'3". The guy thinks he's a fucking superstar, apparently. And dude, you're a mid-card guy in any promotion you work in that's on a national platform. And it was obvious from day fucking one when Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor that all the old Ring of Honor guys were going to be used to put over what he's going to make his new Ring of Honor. It was obvious from day one when he came in and he had that one match on TV. Anybody on TV was on fucking Dark. Like, he was on Dark. They put him on fucking Dark. He had a match. He didn't wrestle there for another couple months after that. And then he has the match last night, the open Death Before Dishonor, where he loses to Claudio Castagnoli and is no longer the ROH champion. Because Tony Khan had no plans for you, dude. There were never plans for you. Look at the fact that once Ring of Honor died and you could have gone to Impact. Your wife works in Impact. His wife, Jordan Grace, works in Impact, right? She couldn't get him in the fucking door there. There's a reason for that. And it's because you're not a bankable talent, bro. You're not. He's not. He's not. I wouldn't build my company around the Jonathan Gresham. He's literally like, I'm bigger than Jonathan Gresham. Like, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? Like, if I would have be like, that's the guy I'm going to build my company around, everyone would think I'm out of my fucking mind. Like, you're building your company around that guy? He's short. And it's not a knock. It's not sizeism. It's a fact. Body-wise, he's got a great look as far as, like, his build. He looks muscular, has a great fucking body, but he has no height. The height's not there. No one's gonna book a 5'3" guy as the big star in their company. They're just not. Like, there's a reason why they were gonna make Adam Cole a manager in, like, WWE, because he's too small to be believable as a fucking superstar. He's too small to be built as a superstar. You're just not, no company with any sanity that has any actual talent is going to do it. And the evidence is Ring of Honor dying. It's right there. Like, we put the belt on this guy, and not too long after, we fucking died. Because for all the shit you can say about Ring of Honor, at least when Jay Lethal was the champ, like, he was a named guy who had value and could fucking talk people into a fucking building. No one, like, Jonathan Gresham can't do that. He's never been able to do that. He's not a talker. He's a ring guy. He's a worker. But he can't talk. He can't talk. And you're going to put that guy and build that guy as your next fucking star? Get the fuck out of here. All these people online, like, bitching about Jonathan Gresham. Like, yo, he was not going to be that guy. I don't know how to sugarcoat it, because I'm not. He was never going to be that guy. And if you thought he was, you're smoking fucking crack. And it's not a race issue. It's a look at him issue. They showed him on Dynamite or on Rampage, standing next to, like, Brian Cage and Tully Blanchard and the other two fucking guys. And in the fucking crowd, in a fucking box, like, skybox, and, like, everybody's towered over him. And he's the world ROH champion. Like, you can't, like, it was, like, fucking hilarious. Like, why isn't he a bigger star? Look at that picture. It tells you right there. There's your fucking answer. He's small. That's why. Fucking hell. Like, and then, like, the other part of it is probably you got to deal with his wife. And she didn't know when to shut the fuck up. Like, she was, like, going on Twitter about his size. Like, dude, you're not helping him by running your fucking yap. Shut the fuck up. Did you learn nothing from the whole Benoit situation you started? Shut the fuck up. He's short. It's okay. He's a great wrestler. He's never going to be a superstar. If you think he's that good, use your clout to get him into Impact and let's see what they do with him. I guarantee they're not going to use him as a superstar because he's not one. You'll get good matches out of him because he's a talented guy, but he ain't going to be a champion there. Not over Josh Alexander, and definitely not over fucking Moose. In fact, I dare you to Impact Wrestling. I dare you to sign him and put him in the ring with Moose. I fucking dare you, on Jordan Grace's word, to bring in her husband and put him in the ring against Moose. I will laugh my ass off at that fucking match, because if Moose doesn't whoop his ass in 10 seconds, it's like the Brody King match with Darby Allin on Dynamite. It went exactly how it should have gone. Brody King beat that dude, like Darby Allin's little ass, like he owed him money. And that's how motherfuckers should beat Jonathan Gresham. Because he's literally too small to be believable. Even as good of a wrestler as he is, you put him in the ring with the guy his size, it might work. And I know what some of you are going to say. Well, what about John Silver? John Silver's really short. Yes, you're right. John Silver from the Dark Order is incredibly short. The difference is Jonathan Gresham or John Silver can fucking talk. John Silver showed personality and showed comedic timing and showed that he can get himself over with words. Look at the Dark Order stuff that was on Being the Elite. That dude was with Brody Lee, where they're arguing, he's yelling at him, and Alex Reynolds is like, he's only like 5.5 years old, and he's like, I'm a 33-year-old man, and he would just be those two playing off each other. It was fucking hilarious. Even now, he's funny as shit. He's the best, one of the best things in the Dark Order. He got himself over as the Meat Man. Because he's small, he's compact, but he can work, and he can talk. That's why he got over. John Gresham can't talk. That's why he's not over. And that's why he didn't fucking work. That's why they got the belt off him as soon as they possibly could, and why he lost his shit last night and burned a fucking bridge. Because he can't accept the fact that he's not that guy. That's on him, okay? That's not on us as fans for saying the obvious, because it's true. That's on John Gresham for not being accept. Dude, you're not that guy. Accept it. A lot of guys make money as job guys. A lot of guys make a career out of being like enhancement talent. You may want to look into it because you're too small to be a fucking big name guy. Sorry if that hurts your fucking feelings. Oh, wait, some people are going to bring up Bryan Danielson because he's also short. Again, the difference. Bryan Danielson can fucking talk. He's got a personality. He can talk and he can work. Again, that's why he got over. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Cole, same thing. They're short, but they can work. And they can talk. They can get over with not just in-ring stuff. They can talk and get you to care about them. That's why they worked. I've never given a single fuck about Jonathan Gresham as anything other than he's a good wrestler, but whatever. He's got a belt. Okay. That's what they want to do. Fine. He's known as the guy that was the champion when Ring of Honor died. As far as Ring of Honor goes, and I'm going to say this, Ring of Honor's a dead promotion. I don't care what they did last night. Apparently it was a good show. I didn't see it. I didn't buy it. To me, Ring of Honor died in Baltimore in December. I'm sorry. That's when they died. They're a dead promotion. They died that night. And I don't say that lightly. And I'm a guy who loved Ring of Honor. But once Tony Khan bought them, and they became a dead promotion. And now at this point, they're an enhancement or an offshoot of AEW, but it's not Ring of Honor anymore. It's not. It's a place where they're going to use guys who are not usable, or they don't have room for in Ring of Honor, or by default, AEW, where it's like, we're going to put them here because we can't fit them on Dynamite or Dark or Rampage. We have our roster exploded, put them in ROH. And they don't even have a TV deal where you can watch Ring of Honor at this point, so what's the fucking point of that? You put the belt on Claudio Castagnoli. It's his first world title. That's great. You have no TV deal, so where the fuck are we gonna watch him defend it? It's gonna be on fucking AEW television. So again, it's an offshoot of AEW, it's expansion of AEW. And that's all it is now. Ring of Honor's dead. And if they get a TV deal for Ring of Honor, they're able to do something with it and resurrect it, okay, I will be happy with that, depending on who they put on that roster. But as of right now, Ring of Honor is a dead brand. They're dead. And they died in December. And anything they do now is just AEW presents Ring of Honor. And that's my thoughts on that. So I wanted to chime in on those things real quick. Also, want to do a real quick review. Saw Thor Love and Thunder last weekend. The wife and I went out. Just to give my thoughts on it. It's a lot funnier than I expected it to be. But there's a reason for that humor. And you have to really listen to the beginning of the movie because they're telling you why. It's more comedic than people maybe think it should have been. I think they handled Jane Foster perfectly. The relationship between her and Thor, like everything they did with that was really, really good. Um, the way they handled the pantheon of the other gods was hilarious. I liked Russell Crowe in it. Christian Bale was fucking fantastic. As Gore. He was great. They handled his origin perfectly. It's exactly what it was in the comics. They handled all of that well. The only thing that I would say they did do wrong is they misused or they didn't use enough of Tessa Thompson. Like, she was vastly underutilized in this movie. I wish the Guardians had been in there a little bit more, but I get why they used them as little as they did, and it was really funny how they handled that. It was great how they did that as well. There's actually something else I want to touch on real quick, and I said I was going to do this one, and I just didn't get around to it because the hearings were still going. I want to chime in on my thoughts on the January 6th committee hearings. They've laid out a great case for why Donald Trump committed crimes. It's obvious that he knew he lost the election. Everybody told him he lost. All the court cases showed it. His legal team told him. His advisors that were worth the damn told him. The only people that didn't tell him were like crazy fucking people. Like Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell and Mike Flynn and all them, they were fucking crazy. But everyone that was worth the damn, who was like Bill Barr, Pat Cipollone, Eric Hirschman, like everybody else that mattered, like those people told him, like, dude, you fucking lost, man. You gotta let this go. His AG that came in after Barr, like, dude, you lost. You gotta let this go. All of that. And he wouldn't accept it. He wanted to cling to power because he kind of knew that once he lost, his house of cards was going to come falling down around him. And we've seen what's happened as a result. Him calling Georgia was election tampering. Him calling Arizona was election tampering. Him, like, reaching out to these people and doing what he did. Election tampering. All of it was. It's all criminal. And it's a matter of what's done about it at this point. I think he's going to go to jail. I don't think he's going to be president again. He's going to go to jail. He's going to be charged for some of this shit. And I can't remember who it was, but they made a very good case for him being charged with manslaughter. It was, who was it? I'm trying to remember who it was. It wasn't Joyce Vance. It was, I can't remember who it was. But they made a very strong case based on his actions on January 6th alone that he could be charged with manslaughter because he incited that riot. If he doesn't do that, those people don't storm the Capitol and nobody dies that day. He knew full on that people were armed and he knew people were armed and everything. They've laid out a case. And credit to the way they've done it. And they've pretty much said, like, we're going to keep following this. We got more shit coming. We're on like a summer break, but we're coming back for September. And they're going to have more shit. And they're not playing. And the thing about it is, like, the people that are testifying are all Trump people. They're all Trump supporters. They're all people who backed him and stuff like that. It's not like it's Democrats testifying against him. It's all people who were in his administration or people that were supporters of his in other states that are like, yo, this dude's a fucking criminal. Like, he lost. Like, this is everybody. And it's not Democrats. It's not some witch hunt. They proved their case. At this point, DOJ needs to go in and do their thing and fucking charge the motherfucker at this point. To me, it's open and shut. And this isn't somebody, I don't say that as someone who just dislikes Trump. I don't like him. I think he was a horrible president. I think he may be the worst president we've ever had. Personally, that's my opinion. And I don't say that because of that. I say that because, like, it's clear he broke laws. It's right there in front of you. And if you don't see it, I don't know what the fuck you're looking at. I don't know what to tell you. But he broke laws, multiple, in fact. So, those are my thoughts on that stuff. Like, stuff in the news currently. That's the biggest thing to me. Like, I just want to chime in on that because I said I would. I decided to wait until they stopped for now to go into it. When they restart, I'll do another one once they're done with those and everything. But for now, I want to chime in with my thoughts on the current state of everything with the committee hearings and my thoughts. He's guilty as fuck, and he needs to be criminally charged with his actions. And it's up to DOJ to do that at this point, or the states to go after him. Not to mention the grifting from his supporters, like stealing like $250,000 from people and using it just to enhance his own fucking pockets and not using it for what he said he was. Like, that's a crime right there. And like all 50 states can go after him because that induces wire fraud. So, I mean, that's that. I'm going to hit on a little bit of local stuff for a second. Local elections here in Maryland. Dan Cox won the Republican nomination for, like, governor. Dude's a total Trumper. And one of the things that came out this week, or that came out a couple weeks ago, was that the Democratic Governors Association kind of put money into supporting this dude because they thought he would be the easier candidate to beat. My response to that is, I hope the fuck you're right and that y'all win, that the Democrat wins in November, because if he doesn't, we're stuck with this MAGA psycho, and it would be your fault if this happens. You would play a role in this. Democratic Governors Association, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, don't worry about beating the easier candidate. Get the crazy motherfucker off the fucking ballot. Like, take him out now. Why would you do this? Like, I have my boy Rick, aka Rick in Baltimore. He chimed in on this, and he said this from jump, like, why the fuck would you do this? What if he wins? And I was like, he's not going to win. He's like, yeah, we said the same thing about Trump, and look what happened. He fucking won. And I'm like, shit, you're right. Fuck. Why did they do this? This was a bad move. It was a bad move. It was bad strategy. And I hope it works. And that they're able to beat this guy. Wes Moore officially won the nomination here. So I hope Wes Moore is able to beat Dan Cox, because Dan Cox's running mate fully went full-on white supremacist on Facebook. If you go look at her page, like, she said some seriously white supremacist shit on her fucking page. And it's like, this is who his lieutenant governor now is? What the fuck? And he's a guy who drove people to January to the insurrection. Like, he was involved in it. Like, this guy shouldn't be a part of this. He shouldn't be fucking governor in Maryland. Like, this guy shouldn't be allowed to run in Maryland. Maryland GLP, you did this to us. You did this. Because you should have kicked this guy to the fucking curb from day one, and you didn't as well. So I'm pissed at the Maryland GOP and the Democratic Governors Association, because now we've got this fucking idiot running on the Republican side. Good job. Good fucking job. For everybody's sake in the state, everybody better hope, including the Democratic Governors Association and the Maryland GOP, Maryland Republican Party, better hope the fuck that Dan Cox does not win this election in the fall. Because if he does, Maryland becomes like, Maryland could go red. Maryland, that's not good. Like, this motherfucker's crazy. That fucker's crazy, and so is his running mate. Again, she said some white supremacist shit, and this guy's a total MAGA guy. This is who you're running? That's the best you could fucking do. And one of the people that ran against him, their spokesperson basically said, yeah, yeah, fuck you, to the Maryland GOP. Like, y'all fucked up and you deserve whatever you get for this. Was it Kelly Schultz's spokesperson said that or something like the effect of like, this is your fault. Maryland GOP, you back this motherfucker. Good fucking job. Good fucking luck. Hope you lose. Because when you do, you brought it on yourselves. You committed political suicide, basically. And I tend to agree with that. So these are my thoughts on a lot of stuff that's going on right now. I'm sorry I haven't been around, haven't been on here in a couple weeks. I've had some stuff going on in my throat. Thyroid related, because I'm still dealing with that. The whole Graves' disease thing. So, that hasn't been fun. Anyway, just wanted to chime in real quick with some of that stuff. Let you know I'm still here. I ain't dead. I'll be doing stuff more regularly now. I'm feeling a little bit better as far as my throat goes. Kind of, sort of. So, anyway, that's pretty much where I'm at. Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace. Oh, and before I stop the video, I will be covering the news at San Diego Comic-Con probably within the next day or so, because it's still going right now. I'm going to cover the news that came out of there. I'm going to give my thoughts on the panels, especially, I'm going to give my thoughts on the Star Trek panel or the Picard panel. I'm going to give my thoughts on the Marvel stuff and the DC stuff, and my thoughts on a lot of DC stuff that's been going on of late, because there's a lot going on there that I want to touch on. That'll be coming up. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to get all that together, get all the news together, and then I'll be able to relay my thoughts once everything's over. So that's how I'm going to handle that. Anyway, that said, now I'm going to head out of here. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.